Let us give a dimension. Let me keep it in the center, and I'll give a dimension from this line to this point. This dimension, let us give some 50. You can see this rectangle is completely constrained, indicated by a comment here, fully defined, which means the rectangle is completely constrained. Don't worry, this is a very elementary stage for you to understand constraining. As we progress through the course, we will be completely using this sketch because, as I have told you in the last lecture, a sketch is the foundation for building any solid model. So, if you want to make a solid model or surface model, any type of model you want to make, you have to create a sketch. So, we are going to practice sketch extensively throughout this course. In the next lecture, we are going to see an example number 1, the very first example. And by using that example, we are going to explore more options of this constraining. And while doing that example, we will understand more about constraining. I'll see you in the next lecture. In this lecture, we are going to create the very first example of this course, that is example 1. This is the drawing that we have to create. We have to create a completely constrained geometry with these dimensions. Let us start. This is a new file in Solidworks, and I'll go to Sketch, click on the sketch icon. I'll select this front plane. Now I am on a 2D plane. Let us select this line tool and create a rough sketch resembling the sketch that we want to create. Let us see it again. Here, this is the shape that we have to create. Let us create a rough sketch. Let me select here, and maybe I'll select somewhere here, and here. You have to prevent these lines that is getting formed. It will create unnecessary constraints. Before creating this, let me tell you something about creating automatic vertical and horizontal lines. It will be very useful while creating this sketch. Let me create the rectangle again, which we have created in the last lecture. That is 100 into 50 rectangle. I will not completely constrain it. I just want to show you how to create horizontal and vertical lines automatically. I'll click here, and as you move, you can see the line is getting locked in a horizontal position. The angle is showing 180 degrees, and there is also a horizontal constraint symbol. When I click, you can see automatic horizontal constraint is getting created. When I move up, you can see at a particular position the line is getting locked. This is the vertical constraint which is going to be applied to the line that is getting created. When I move here, you can see I can create a horizontal constraint to this line. Again, I'll move here and join. So the horizontal and vertical constraints are getting automatically created. So this is very useful. Let me just delete these 4 lines. I'll select by using a window. You just have to click here, press and keep the mouse left button and move to create a rectangle. Move the mouse and I'll release the button here. You can see it is getting selected. Now just use the delete key on the keyboard to delete the objects. Now let us create our rough sketch. Let me create it in the first quadrant, which is here, because this is the axis and this is the first quadrant. Let me select line here, and you can see we are working in meters, but I want to work in mm. So I can go here and select millimeters. mmgs. Now I'll take line tool. It has exited the sketch, so I'll just press on the escape key and click on sketch. I'll select this front plane. Now we are again inside the sketcher workbench. Let us select this line tool, and as I told you, I'll be working in this first quadrant. Let me select a point here and move down. You can see it is getting locked here. We have created a vertical line. Next, I'll create a horizontal line, another vertical line, a horizontal line, another vertical line, and continuously you can create the lines. You can snap this point, or I can click here and I can join. You can see this is snapping. Click here, press on the escape key. If you have a closed geometry, then you will get this inside region as shaded. So this will indicate that your geometry is completely closed. If you don't want that, you can also deactivate this shaded sketch contours. If you just click it on, then it will be shaded. Let it be shaded for now. If you have some critical geometries, then you can switch this off. Now the very first constraint I'll give is horizontal to this line. So let me select this line and I'll make it horizontal. Now let us give the dimensions. Before giving dimensions, let us see the drawing. Here this is 50 mm, this is 100 mm. If you come here, this line and this line are in a single level, that is, you can coincide this line and this line. And if you see here, this line is 20, this line is also 20, this line is 20, this is also 20, and the entire thing is 100. That means this equal to this equal to this equal to this, and it is also equal to this line. So we can give a equality relation between these lines. Even this is 25 and this is also 25 because these two are in the same level. So we can coincide these two lines, or we can also make these two lines equal. And this is 12.5. Let us give the dimensions and the geometrical constraints. Let us take the geometrical constraints first. So this line, use the control key for multiple selection, and this line. These two lines will keep it collinear. You can see both of these lines are collinear. Even this line, and use the control button for multiple selection. These two lines we have selected, we can make it collinear. This line and this line, even this line and this line, all these four lines will make them equal. You can see there is an equal relationship here. Click on equal, and all these four lines have been converted into same length, except this line, because we have not used this line for creating equal constraint. I can just select this line and move. You can see we are able to move it, and when I move it, all these four lines are maintaining their equal lengths. Now let us give the dimensions. I'll take the geometrical constraint, which is the smart dimension. Click on this. I'll select this line and will give 100 dimension. You can see 100 length has been given. Again, I'll take this line and give a dimension of 50. Then I'll take this line, give a dimension of 20. I'll take this line, I'll give this dimension as 25. Then we are left out with only one dimension, which is this dimension. It is of 12.5. Press on the escape key to exit from the command. Now you can see we have given all the geometrical constraints and the dimensional constraint, but still the colors of these lines are blue, and here if you see, it is showing underdefined. So what it means is, it is not completely constrained. let me just select this line and move. So what it means is we have not given the reference relationship with this coordinate system. So I can just take this line, use the control button on the keyboard and select this point. Between these two, I can give coincidence. You can see. Now again, before you give anything else, you can see by giving that constraint, this line is black and all the horizontal lines are black. Only the vertical lines are blue because it requires another constraint. And that constraint is relationship between this coordinate system and the direction along this, because if you move this, only the object moves along this horizontal dimension. I'll take this line, use the control key on the keyboard and select this point. You can see we'll use the coincide constraint and you can see the entire object is completely constrained. If you see in the bottom here, it is written fully defined, which indicates the object is completely constrained. So we have created a completely constrained example 1. In the next lecture, we are going to see how to remove a constraint and various colors during constraining. I'll see you in the next lecture. In the last lecture, we have seen how to create example 1 geometry, which is this. In this lecture, we are going to see how to remove a constraint and various colors that you encounter during constraining. During constraining, there are few types of constraint conditions that you have to avoid. The very first thing is over constraining and second is inconsistent constraints. We'll see these two a bit later. First, we need to know how to remove a constraint. Let us use this example 1 and learn how to remove a constraint. Suppose I want to remove this 100. Just select this dimension and use the delete key on the keyboard. And it is getting removed. By removing that, one of the lines, that is this top line, has become blue. I'll just move this and you can see what is happening is this line is not having a length. This length was controlled by this 100 mm. So what we can do is either I can use equal relationship between this line and this line, or I can give a dimension to it, which is 20. Just select and give a dimension 20. You can see again it is converted into black. So this is how you can delete a dimensional constraint. Now suppose what I want is I want to delete this horizontal constraint. Just select this constraint. You can see I selected this constraint. This is converted into blue instead of green and I will delete. Even remove this vertical constraint. Select and delete. Let me delete this 20. You can see. So this is how you can remove a constraint. Now let us see the various colors that you can encounter during constraining. Already we have seen a geometry which is not constrained is having a blue color and a geometry which is completely constrained is having a black color. Next, another constraint will come. Suppose I want to make this line horizontal. I'll just select it and I'll select horizontal. You can see some red colors have appeared. What it means is this is a inconsistent geometry. That is, here we have given a coincident relationship between this line and this line. So both of them are in a single level. When we are saying that this is a horizontal line, that means we are changing the orientation of this line. That is not possible. So it indicates that this is an inconsistent geometry. Press on the escape key and I will simply delete this constraint. Select this and delete. And now you can see the colors have gone. Similarly, suppose I will give a dimension to this line. Maybe I'll take smart dimensioning and I'll give a dimension to this line. Maybe I'll give some 15. Press on the escape key to exit from the command. Here, this line, we have made it equal with this line. Now again what I will say, this line I'll make it equal with, use the control key for multiple selection, this line. So these two lines I will make it equal. When I give a equal constraint, again that red symbol will come. This is called over constraining, which means already I have given equality between this line and this line. Again I am saying that this is equal to this, but 20 is not equal to this 15. So this is not possible. It is a over constraint that I am giving to this line. Over constraining is giving more than the required constraints. Don't worry, as we progress through the course, you will have a good command on all these colors and how to solve this type of geometry. If you want to solve this automatically, in Solidworks there is a beautiful system. Just click on this overdefined and you'll get this sketch expert, where you can click on this diagnose and it will give you solutions. It has given you 6 solutions and it is also showing you what it can do to solve this case. This is the number 1 of the 6 solution. This is the second solution, third solution, fourth solution, fifth solution and sixth solution. So which is that you want? You can see. So what it is saying in this solution is, it wants to keep the equal relationship between this line and this line. It wants to cut this 15 dimension and automatically it will become 20.